first OutRun? You raced Ferraris while your whiny girlfriend, or perhaps a demanding and expensive prostitute, starts berating you if you lose. Well, OutRun is back, and so is she. We miss that free-spirited, sunshiny sense of spousal abuse, so we're glad Sega is giving retro gamers a new spin under the sun, and plenty more opportunities to get chastised by lovely members of the fairer sex.
Pass those cars!
And there's even brunettes this time. Despite the lack of peroxide, the new ride is, amazingly, an awful lot like the old ride, but cooler, and with Xbox Live support.
B.
A B? Honey, you wish. Now, this isn't one of those games where you can go anywhere. You have specific paths to ride, straight ahead and at full speed. The tracks are all connected, too, branching directly to the next when you successfully complete the previous.
Checkpoint.
OutRun 2 is total arcade driving, and so far, it seems to be working great. The graphics are bright and colorful and capture the 1986 original surprisingly well. I know that sounds weird, but it's a good thing. And of course, nothing beats Ferraris. The game includes several different modes to keep the berating interesting. Beyond arcade mode, OutRun 2's got a bunch of mission-specific races. And these involve successfully performing feats of driving, like staying in certain colored lanes, passing cars, and other tasks that involve driving. To make things more interesting, the real goal of most tasks is to make the love of your life like you. Or at least give the girl enough of a thrill to sleep with you. It's not really ever explained in detail, but she sure got you whipped. It's not enough that you have a Ferrari and are flinging it around like it cost you $500.
What are you doing? Are you gonna
You also have to pass a certain number of cars or pull off stunts that please her.
Was that for real?
Shut up. I'll let you talk when you get a Ferrari.
Knock down the cones. Don't hit the yellow cones.
It's a little hard to believe that this girl loves you based on how many blue versus yellow cones you knock over within a certain time period.
I'm over.
But she sure gets pissed when you don't do well. Pissed as in physically violent.
That sucks.
God, you're a wiener. A wiener with a nice car, but a wiener. I love flipping the cars. The only real penalty is a time deficit.
Are you gonna give up? Wow!
Thank God for the seatbelt laws. They weren't such sticklers in 1986. Look out for some arcade driving and some abuse later this year.
But we begin with a game that was a huge arcade hit back in the late 80s, and now it's on the Xbox. Here's our review of OutRun 2.
First appearing in arcades in 1986, the original OutRun cabinet with the feedback steering wheel and the finger-waggling girlfriend riding shotgun was as fun as video games got back then. In OutRun 2 for the Xbox, the arcade mode is nearly identical. Thankfully, the graphics have been breathtakingly modernized, and the environments are, well, pretty nice. Though how one road connects a Miami Beach and the Great Pyramids of Egypt is still a mystery. No one wants old games exactly the way they were. You're supposed to update them, make them say bad words or something. What are you doing? I'll hire an exec's uncle with a MIDI and a Stratocaster to cover songs written at the height of Phil Collins' popularity. Get some new Euro DJ to redo the music, or not. Despite an overhaul of visuals and sound, OutRun 2 feels dated. No, Wally and the Beef trying to hang out in the real-world house is dated. OutRun 2 feels back from the dead. Dug up from its noble grave, it's an exhumed fossil, struggling to pass itself off as fresh. It's a video game zombie. Friends. The original exotic rides are back too, this time with an actual Ferrari license. Red's the best, of course, and most are available right from the start, with a few locked to give you something to work for. Unfortunately, all of them drive pretty much the same.
Was that for real?
A common Sega feature, which has only recently found more popularity outside Japan, is drifting. Sliding sideways through corners, you can keep more speed than you would by braking. The very simplistic physics allow for unbelievable maneuvers. When you crash...
AAA!
Nope, you won't need it. Physics go cuckoo, and you always mysteriously bounce back, facing forwards in the middle of the road, with only a drop in speed as punishment. And perhaps some harsh words from your co-pilot.
Are you gonna give up?
Your lovely companion, who varies depending on what car you drive, has gotten a lot more talkative.
Try drifting. Let's go!
And more violent when you disappoint her.
Mission failed.
Besides arcade mode, there's Heart Attack, where you do your best to impress your fickle female friend with your F50 finesse to earn her affections. And there's Challenge Mode, featuring 101 simple missions, like driving in specified lanes, intense drifting, and even doing math problems.
Drive through the correct answer.
The answer's 19. No, 21. Yeah, whatever. One last important question. This trucker-hatted fatty, was he doing this back then too? Wow. Wow. We give it a 3 out of 5.
The women in this game are horribly abusive. And I have to be honest, I've never really understood the logic of hitting the driver to make him drive better.
You don't get that?
No.
Well, it is nice to know that domestic abuse isn't limited to the home anymore.
Oh my God, that's great.
I know.